I decided to go with pork chops. Because I can. So what we're going to do is first start getting some seasoning going. It's going well. I've had a productive morning. My son called me really early, so kind of woke me up a little bit earlier than I wanted to, but it actually got me moving earlier in the morning also, so it kind of was a win. All right. Good morning, Mama Jen. Good morning. Thanks for joining in. So we're going to do pork chops on a big skillet. Big skillet, which allows me to cook multiple ones. So first of all, I use Himalayan salt, fresh ground pepper, and the reason I used Himalayan salt is it has more minerals than regular table salt. So it's not just sodium chloride, but it is also got potassium, it's got iron, it's got magnesium, it's got manganese, a lot of things that really help with your day-to-day. Jack, how are we doing? Good seeing you. Good morning. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the meat. There we go. Oh, nice. Look at those nice thick pork chops. Nice thick pork chops. So the first thing I do is I season them after I rinse them off. Why I rinse them off? Well, you know, people have been touching them. So anything that might be on the surface doesn't hurt to give it a rinse, even though cooking it is going to pretty much kill anything that's in there. So I'm cooking 4, 2 for now, 2 for later. I see what we buy fresh meat is you want to cook it as soon as possible. Things like bacon, I don't mind freezing because it has such a distinct flavor and it hangs on to it pretty well. What do you think about baked pork chops? Have I ever had them that way? No, I have not. I'm sure I'd like them. I like pork chops. So, the first thing I do is just get everything seasoned up. Basically, I used sea salt, fresh ground pepper, and today I'm using some Montreal steak. So here's the pan I'm cooking it in. Big cast iron pan. And I'm going to use bacon grease that I saved to cook it in. Believe it or not, bacon grease is better for you than seed oils are or vegetable oils. A big scoop. And that will provide me a cooking medium to put my pork on. Always remember, stay hydrated. This is water. I reuse these bottles as water bottles. They were beer when I bought them. Now they're water. Remember, hit the thumbs up and pop in the chat. Let us know what's going on. So we've got pork chops. Ooh, that's good eating. Because you need nutrition to grow. So last night when I got home, I had a quick protein shake. Threw a couple eggs in there, scoop of protein and milk. This morning, same thing, I added a banana just to get the nutrition started and get everything rolling. Now it's time for the heavy meal. Then what I also can add to this, because I have them, is I'll saute some fresh peppers from my garden. So always wash them. You know I've already washed them. Wash them again. Let them drain. Now they got the pan heating up. As soon as I put the pork on there, then I can chop up the veggies. Also, starting to get some tomatoes from the garden. This one's ready to eat. How late is too late for a protein drink? Never too late. I had one before I went to bed. So it's never too late. So the prime times of getting protein, whether it's a protein drink or whether you're consuming protein, is when you first get up. You need some protein and some calories. You gotta get the system moving. You haven't had any food all night. You can kind of count it as your intermittent fasting. So that's a very important time to get some protein in. 20 minutes after your workout, in my opinion, is now when you want to get some protein in. All right, the protein shake is just handy to do. But that's definitely the best time to get it in there. And then usually about an hour after that, I'm going to eat something else that contains protein. I try to do that with food. And then really, if you're really trying to get strong and bulk up and really try to feed the muscles, a nice light shake before you go to bed is beneficial. Because now, all during the night, you have the protein there for your muscles. Because if you don't ingest protein, what happens is your body takes it from other parts of your body. So it breaks down muscle to rebuild the muscle that you tore up. It's kind of counterproductive. When I say kind of, it is counterproductive. I'm bringing the skillet up to medium heat. Get that bacon grease, get spread all over, and then we'll start cooking on the pork chops. Meanwhile, I'm here to answer any questions you have. Thanks for the questions there on Instagram. YouTube, you need to catch up. They're beating you. So, very productive day today. Got up this morning, had my shake, did a little work in the garden, sat outside and spent some time with the wife and the cat, Banks. Banks was definitely, hey, how we doing? Cole, good to see you. So, shake first thing in the morning, did some garden work, sat out on the deck for some social time, which was fun. Did my push-ups. So on those push-ups every day until the year 25, or whatever year I pick, there's something different going on each time. See if anybody notices what it is. There's actually more than one thing, usually one or two things. There's always one thing different. Always one thing different. And sometimes there's other ones. Have you started training for bench strength yet again? Yes, I did start that. Friday, I started it back up. So I had a session Friday. I went light because you got to start slow. You don't want to sit there and get yourself more tore up. And then yesterday I went heavier. So yesterday, or Friday, I stopped at 2.25. Yesterday I went to 315. And then I came back down for a burnout at 2.25. I have that on a live stream. I also have it on about a minute and a half video if you want to check that out. So definitely going to go back at it. And then you see, so where was I? So then I spent some quality time with the wife and the cat. I did my push-ups, posted that already. Worked out in the garden again, mowed some lawn. Went back out to the garden again, so I've actually did a lot of weeding and kind of cleaned that up. I'll have that posted up there in a little bit. So I've been up for 3 hours and I've been pretty productive. Now I'm cooking. All right, so I got the pan just about where I want it. So what I do is I'll put the pork chops on. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear a good sear. Life is too short not to eat well. So I don't waste my money on junk food. I use it on high quality, nutritious food. So you can see how I've got that all kind of spiced up at the top. Absolutely. Every tree and blade of grass. Dogs will do that. Their nose tells them a lot about their environment. All righty. Woo-wee. So I got that going. I'm going to season the crop again. Yeah, that's the right amount. It does get tricky when your hands are getting wet. And your meal is going to be as good as your worst ingredient. So let's see if we can. There we go. Pork chops. Should be able to see them. Hang on. Go. There, a little bit better. There, I got pork chops cooking. Let me try to move this back a little bit further so we can kind of get both of us. All right. There, pork chops. Perfect. So now that I got them going, it is time to chop up the peppers. And I already do have peppers chopped up in the fridge, but they're for the vegetable dip. Add a little bacon grease where you think it needs it. Perfect. So I've got 3 peppers to chop up. And that's just going to add some extra nutrition, not so much in calories, but in much needed vitamins and minerals. I'm gonna catch up to the comments here. Yeah, those chops are good. It's cereal. I don't know how to make anything. Eggs, really easy. Hypercoal. I had a video on that just the other day. Put 3 or 4 eggs in a pot of water, put it on heat, set it for 21 minutes. The timer goes off, take it off, put it in the sink, run cold water over it, throw some ice on it if you have it, let it cool down for about 5 minutes. All right, peel the eggs, throw some A1 steak sauce on it, or ketchup, whatever your preference is. And you got yourself 24 grams of protein, you got yourself 400 clean calories, and all 20 aminos that you need. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't get any easier than that. So people say, well, I can't cook anything. You have to learn. I bet you there's even quite a few YouTube videos out there covering that very same thing. So instead of watching cats attack humans, you could watch videos on how to cook breakfast. Easy things to cook for breakfast. The cereal is just, I ain't got nothing else to eat, I guess I'll have cereal. You know, all the things they say about 8 essential vitamins and minerals, yeah, they have some, but not a lot. Eggs and milk and bacon. And you'll find yourself having more energy, and the breakfast will stay with you a little bit longer. Cereal is pretty much done about a half hour after you ate. You know, step up some green peppers. You can eat these raw, you don't have to cook them. I'm going to cook them and add some flavor to the pork chops. You can just slice them up and eat them. Not so much in calories, but vitamin C, vitamin D, some of the minerals that you need, all right here. I started cooking at 14 because I was tired of eating poor food. Hello, let me scroll up, see if I missed anything. That's a lot of waves, that's for sure. Let me see if I missed any questions. Okay, not there. Lots of waves, lots of waves. And if you did ask a question, oh, okay, there we go. Is turkey bacon better than regular bacon? Better how? Is it better for you health-wise? Yes. All right. Is it better taste-wise? I would say no, but that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Don't take it too much to heart. We will say turkey bacon is healthier for you. And that part I would agree with. There we go. I'm just trying to get where you can see me and still see some of the cooking. There's better. But I get regular bacon. That's what I get. So I got the green peppers fresh from the garden, all chopped up. I love the girl. Hey, Ray. Good morning. Honey Nut Cheerios good for you. It's not bad. Not bad. But I'm not a spice guy. Well, this is not spices. This is a vegetable. We're not talking black pepper. We're talking a green pepper, which is a veggie. But yeah, kind of eggs, you know, you can do scrambled, you can do hard boiled. Hard boiled are easy. Got 3 or 4 eggs, put them in water, set them on heat for 20, 21 minutes, cool them down, peel them off, chop them up, throw some A1 over it or ketchup, and yeah, got a good breakfast. Got all 20 amino acids you need. You got about 4, maybe 500, depending on the size of the eggs, calories. Nice glass of Fairlife milk. You add another 20 grams of protein and about another 200 calories. And you're ready to roll. So today is pork chops for breakfast, late breakfast, what you might want to call it. And then I have peppers for the veggie. I can also see how those potatoes are. The advantage of having a garden is you just walk out there and just grab it. So I got some small potatoes still left. From the last time I harvested. I'm going to try to do some harvesting this week, because this is the end of them. But the ones that are there are still growing. These had stopped growing. So I can pop in there for a light snack. So those would go in first, as they take a little bit longer to cook. So I'll cube these up. Getting some extra calories, more vitamin D, more potassium. And this is the advantage you have when you have a garden. Or if you just buy them from the store. I have some store-bought ones too, which I'll use up. I kind of like to eat the fresh ones first. Because remember, the store-bought ones are already full. How much protein is too much? So, generally your body can only process 30 to 50 grams per meal. So if you're trying to get more protein, you need to eat more meals a day. At least have those meals about 2 hours apart. So generally the rule of thumb is if you're just doing regular exercises, you're not on a heavy routine in that, then 0.5 gram of protein during the day per body weight is what your goal is. If you are in a heavy routine, bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman, then you may want 3/4 to a gram per body weight. But once again, it doesn't mean you sit there and eat 5 chicken thighs and say, okay, I got my protein for today. You don't. Granted, you probably just had 200 grams there. Your body's probably not going to process it all at once, and you're going to have a lot of it just kind of moving on down the road. So once I start getting some blood up on the pork chops, that's usually when I flip them over. And because I have a laptop and I can move it around, we'll do that. So you can kind of see how those pork chops look. And then, how's this for talent, huh? We'll flip them over. Now once I get the first flip done, After a few minutes, I will lower the heat. What I'm doing is adding bacon grease where it needs to go. So in a few minutes, I'll lower the heat to low and then finish cooking it that way. But I did want to get a little bit of a sear on both sides first. All right, let me actually go low now. Let me catch up on comments here. Yeah, there's no vegan pork chops here. Those are coming out of Hy-Vee, about the best they are. So remember, Vince, I got my monitors on there. How's it, Animal House? Yeah, on triple secret probation. Just letting you know ahead so there's no surprises. I don't suffer trolls. So, potatoes throw in there, green peppers to throw in there. Once they get pretty much done, this will be it'll be 2 meals for me. Possibly 3 if I get to take both pork chops with me. And this is what I take when I go to work. So I can have much better nutrition than going to, now the cafeteria is not bad, it is nutritious meals, but it is cafeteria food. But the worst one is going to the vending machine. That's all garbage. Yeah, I hear that, but you know, my channel, my rules. This channel's not going to make me rich. It's not what I do for a living. So I don't worry about it. I don't suffer trolls. Time is too short to deal with idiots. My channel, my rules. And that's the way I like it. And my monitors are pretty much in line with me. Although I have found my channel has been on for a while, I don't get as many trolls. And really one troll I had was one who just made 15 to 20 accounts a week and just kept going. Pretty sad way. So I got done cooking, and put the heat on low, get a little bit slower cook, let more of that flavor just seep in there. Once they're done, I'll put the potatoes in there, throw the peppers in there, and I'll have a nice, delicious meal. I appreciate you coming in on Instagram. Thanks for joining in on YouTube. If you do have questions concerning nutrition in that, you're talking to yourself, Vince. So anyway, got a question about nutrition, about workouts, you know, or just about having a real life. Go ahead and pop them in the chat. Appreciate the thumbs up. I like good food, so I learned to cook. So I've been cooking ever since about 14. My dad worked. My sisters didn't like to cook. And I was getting tired of badly cooked food. So I took it upon myself to learn to cook. And now I have good food. I also have a wife who knows how to cook too. The one thing is we do eat good food here. Kind of makes it hard when we go to restaurants, because if it's not a really good restaurant, we're going to know it. We know how food should taste. They always say, go to a restaurant and you order a 3-course meal that comes out in 5 minutes, something's wrong. All right, that's been thrown in a microwave and nuked. But if it takes, 20 to 30 minutes to come out, then it will probably produce right. Butter Boy, good afternoon for you. Well, there on the UK. So today's kind of an overcast day. Looks like we might get some sprinkles. But I still went out and watered the garden and fertilized my pepper plants and my tomato plants out. The other day I picked probably about 12 big green peppers and about 8 jalapeno peppers, so I have lots and lots of peppers. Well, let me see what's going on here. Oh, he's a creator. I mean, I look at his stuff. He got blocked once by Ray, and then he got another account and has to get put back on, and so we put him back on, and this is what it is. So, you have people that is their getting life, I guess. It's not mine. Sun is out there, so I might have to go for a walk today. As long as it's not raining. I caught the bullheads for my trap that I wanted, and put them in the pond, so that was good. Yeah, Vince, that's why I have moderators. Well, I have moderator, boy. Remove report. Hide user on this channel. No, I don't need to do that. So on the push-ups every day until the year 2525. See if you can tell what I'm doing different each video. There's at least one thing different. So there's one thing consistently different. And then there's usually one other thing that has been in the background, we shall say. So that was our entertainment for today. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I mean, he has if it's him, I'll have to double check, but if it's true Vince Lawyer, he does have a channel. He does do kind of some silly stuff in that, but I don't know. Can't explain it. Not something I would do. So pork chops are coming around really well. What I do is I make sure I am low heat. I get a lot, a good 10 minutes on each side, and flip it over. Pork tends to cook quickly, but this has a bone in it. So the difference between having meat with a bone and meat without a bone is how fast. Hey, Randy, how we doing? Is how fast they'll cook. So Randy, I'll give you a kind of a tour of we got tomatoes in the garden now, got peppers chopped up, got the rust of potatoes from the last batch chopped up, and we got pork chops that I bought from Hy-Vee on Sunday. I had to think about what day it was today. Still feels like it's Monday. Pork chops, I love pork chops too. Yeah, I love having an internet. The things I can do, and I have an internet. So I do have more potatoes out there to harvest. So they're still green, they're still growing. But if I get a couple of days of dry weather, then I might harvest one out. Just recapping, I fertilized the tomatoes and the peppers because they needed it. I mowed around the garden and weeded it with the pulling weeds and also with the weed eater. Got my daily push-ups in. What else? What they'll do, they'll just, there we go. Just tilt the big frying pan so I can get that bacon grease to come back through and make everything taste well again. Hey Ray, how we doing? I got Johnny Depp. Ain't coming in. Gee, I wonder who he is. 7 thumbs up. Appreciate it, folks. Yes, I was. Just so I wouldn't be when I was going down. That is one. Congratulations. Only caught one of them. But that's not the consistent thing. And that one I wasn't even thinking about. I forgot about that. But there's one consistent thing that changes every time. And I don't know how long I'll be able to do that. But you did catch one I didn't even think of. Congratulations. Well, yeah, okay. Let's not go on the close. But you are right. That's two things. The hole's got 2 super bonus points. I don't know what the super bonus points are good for, but if you get enough of them, we'll figure something out. So keep score on your bonus points. Let's say after you hit a certain amount, then I'll send you a t-shirt. That sounds like fun. But you are right there. But I'll give it to you on the close. But from ongoing, that's not going to be the thing. Yeah, close. I'll give it. Miss Worm, how we doing? I choose chicken. And got no teeth. I like chicken. I like them all. If it runs, flies, or crawls, or swims, it's food. Miss Worm, greetings. So I got Miss Worm and Rudder Boy from England. This is water. It's not always water, but when I'm doing the videos, it's mostly water. It's been a pretty productive day so far. And that food's starting to smell good. Yeah, I gotta go check it again. But we'll give you 3 points, but no more on what I'm wearing. So if you think about it, you probably do want me wearing different clothes. Although the position of the hat was a good one, I wasn't even thinking about that. Thanks for coming in. We are cooking pork chops. Fresh potatoes from the garden. Fresh green peppers from the garden. Pork chops were freshly bought Sunday from the butcher. ID has the best pork chops. Period. When we come to visit Missouri, we brought them with us. Although there is a meat place in Neosho that has really good meat too. Unseasonal cool weather for August. Yeah, it's gonna go away next week. I was looking on the forecast, and we're gonna have a couple days back to the 90s. It looks like. That's no fun. Let's see what Cole's got here going. Yep. You got that. Actually, I just put it in front. But that is one. Yep, 4 bonus points, Cole. Huh. Hard to say, Randy. Probably going to go to the Supreme Court, go against it. But if I have to, I will just give my guns away to my kids who don't live in Illinois. Actually, I've given quite a few of them away already. And if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. But a lot of my guns are shotguns and rifles and revolvers and that, so I mean, it doesn't affect very many of them. But the few that it does, I'll just, got 3 children to give them to. And a godson, and a son-in-law. But it is one of the things that are leading us to maybe move out of the state, and that's one of them. And they can not get my tax dollars anymore. Well, they want you to register them. I had to register it anyway, man. I had to fill paperwork out when I bought it, you know. But it's the start of bad things. That's all there's to it. So back to that. It's not this type of channel, so let's get away from that. We got the pork chop going well. So we got meat, we got potatoes, we got a veggie. We're washing everything down with milk, so pretty much all the food groups. Plenty of nutrition, provide me with energy and protein for my workouts. I've already done my push-ups today. Yesterday I went to the gym in Pontiac, did my bench workout. And today I just might do some stuff outside. We'll just have to see how it goes. Let's see how it is after the tummy sister and settles down. Tell you why. This is why we say the bacon grease. So when you're cooking good food, you can keep it seasoned. Let's see what we got up here. Yep. Not only protect yourself, but to protect you from basically what the government's turning into. Yeah, I got that too. Always got the distractions. Really, the job of the federal government is to provide for security of the state. That's all it is. To provide military and an infrastructure to move things around. That's all they're supposed to do. It's gotten way out of hand. They're involved in things they shouldn't be involved. And I think that's kind of one of the bad things of social media. It's got too many people in your business. That's for them. It's actually very easy to have a licensed gun in the UK if you want one. See, that's information I didn't know. How about a knife? Yeah, nothing's going to happen with Biden. Yeah, unarmed states definitely. Well, look, we're sending all these weapons to Ukraine so they can fight off Russia. But then they want to take ours. You know, Democrats are just, make it. And it's not so much the politicians, it's the people that vote for them. But let's get off of that. Talk about fancy things. Let's talk about food, killing food. Let's be a happy occasion. Miss Warren will know where that's from. Getting close. We are getting close. I do finish up cooking on a low heat, so it does take longer to cook than it would if I cook at a higher heat, but I think I get a juicier meat and I get more flavor in there. So, gotta go walk my dogs. Thanks, Runner Boy. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, yeah. I don't think he understood what the question was. I don't think the guy's firing on all cylinders. For all he knows, they could have been asking him about what he thought about cheeseburgers. You never know. He said no comment and chuckled. No comment. And got in his car. I just mentally, I don't think he's there. If he doesn't have an earpiece in his ear or a thing telling him what to say, you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. We'll kick the heat up a little bit. Just how long have I been here? About 46 minutes? Yeah, that's about right. About right. Takes about 45 minutes an hour to do it. Ever take any supplements for extra strength? So, so probably the main thing I would call a supplement is L-arginine. I take this a lot. I don't know if it's for extra strength, but it does improve your circulatory system and your heart health. So I do take this, a lot of it. So that's probably one of the main, you're going to call a supplement. Otherwise, it's vitamins and minerals. They do take a lot, and most people in this field do. I know, like, the Ernie Wilbrig, takes 3 times more vitamins and minerals than I do. Here's another one I like taking is turmeric, moringa. This helps blood flow and also helps my breathing. Creatine when it's in my pre-workout. Otherwise, I don't take it separately anymore. Only because it can I do a black foot? Oh hell no. I never could, even when I was young. I do not have that type of dexterity. Alright. 1835 strength, first edition rules, and 13 dexterity. So yeah, no, I never could do a back foot. Just kind of purpose anyway. And ginger, yeah, I got ginger on its way. So that's what I'm going to add is ginger. Ginger and garlic powder. So I do take a lot of vitamins and supplements, vitamin K with D, iron, potassium, magnesium, zinc, calcium, D3, C, B complexes, niacin, NAC. To keep myself healthy. What I don't take is I'm on no prescription. I'm on 0 pharmaceuticals. And I hope to stay that way. Sometimes. We catch up with comments. I forgot, yeah. Well, we just sent them another, $12 billion. So the creatine, Jack, only if it's in my pre-workout, which a lot of the pre-workouts have it in there. But I used to buy it separately, but it kind of upset my stomach, especially if I took it along with the arginine. The two didn't get along. So I just stopped taking it separately. Oh, no, it's a money laundering operation for the Bidens, Miss Warren. That's all it's for. They paid Hunter millions of dollars, and then now we're doing the money laundering back. I think. So I have these 3 programs. So you can watch my videos on my YouTube channel. That's free. If you do decide to become a member, for $4 or $5, $6, whatever, then you can email me, or you can text me, or you can message me in Messenger, and I will help you out with fitness advice and even develop you a routine. That's on my YouTube channel of the same name, MacBean Fitness. If you become a member, you'll have that join button, then yes, I will provide you with help. So I'll give you guidance on what your workout should be and what your nutrition should be. It will be up to you to follow it. But I do have people that do that already and have made some really good strides. And you can kind of just, after a couple months, they get into where they know what they need to do. So yes, I do have that. Insurrection part 2, yeah, the insurrection that wasn't. That was just stupid people being led. So I'll pull one of these off. What I do is I cut into it. Now that wife goes, did you cut into it? Did you test it? And you can tell it's cooked. So, pork chops are ready. So let me get them off the heat and then start adding the vegetables. Alrighty. Now throw the taters in there. Hit them with some salt and pepper. There you go. Well, I know, but it looks like you were getting to argue in UFT. So. Looking good. I got a comment there I need to catch up on. Do I care? What do I care about? I do. Sir. Sir, right. I know. You're right, but yeah, the insurrection, that was people planted in strategic places leading the idiots to trouble. You get an obvious Fed there, instigate them to go in, and they were dumb enough to do it. Why don't go to those events? Nothing good happens in a crowd. As they say, they call that an insurrection, but the other stuff that was going on before that was a mostly peaceful protest. Yeah, catch up any comments then. Oh yeah, getting protein good. Hey! Hello. Oh, you guys wear a mask. Just kidding. Just scroll up and see if I missed any comments or questions. Oh, sure thing. Yeah, so yeah, just go to my channel, subscribe, become a member. And Shoot me an email at scottishfitness@gmail.com. We'll talk about what your goals are. We can even do a video chat through Messenger and get you started. If you're over 18. If you're under 18, then I can't be charging you. So if you're a young kid, don't have a job, then I can just give you advice, but I'm not going to charge you. You got to have the ability to make money before I take it. So yeah, I do have one young man I'm helping. He's just, I'm not going to charge a 16-year-old. All right, let me catch up here and then. I'll get the potatoes on and I'll add the green peppers and we'll be ready to go. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over fact. Yeah. Who's that? Not the Democratic Party. I'm a biochemist. They're not using science. But I digress. People have the right to be stupid. As long as they're not harming themselves, I guess. There we go. Thanks for a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Also have a subscription program on here. Once I get enough subscribers, same thing. If you do the subscriber here on Instagram, same thing. You can ask me questions about fitness and nutrition. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I just don't understand how somebody only won 400 counties wins the presidency. Just my opinion. Logic dictates. All right, down up there. I'm trying to do some dishes along. I've been cooking just to stay ahead of the game. For some reason, there's a strange creature that comes in and produces more dishes when the wife and I are gone. We just don't know who he is. Yep. Oh, yeah. The best. It is the best. You know, that flavor baked in there, good. I need to got something a little smaller. There you go. Put the peppers in later because they cook a lot faster than the potatoes. If you put them at the same time, they'll be burnt. In other words, pan and cook little beef steaks. Put them in butter and cook noodles until they were brown. And that sounds good. Yeah, sometimes I'll use butter. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. So then when you're cooking in bacon grease, the reason you're stirring the veggies a lot is to get them coated on all the sides with that delicious flavor. And here I'm just cooking on one corner of the pan. I don't need the whole pan. And that's where all the grease is. So that's kind of how that's looking right now. And once I throw the green peppers in there, we'll be all set. Remember, I did walk you out to the garden last time. Tomatoes are starting to come through really well. So probably later on this week, BLTs. Definitely BLTs. Yeah, I gotta get some stuff out of the car. I always got the stuff going in here, so finish one bottle of water. We'll grab me another one. Hydration is the key to health. All right. Sorry. There you go. So pork chops, potatoes, and green peppers. It's called eating good in the neighborhood. There we go. And use a flat spoon to serve with. Oh, looking good. So, here, I'll try to. That's what that's looking like. There's the pork chops. Yep. Just so you know how I look too. Cool. See what we got going on here. Gaming videos in your spare time. Yes. I've done some Midnight Madness doing Fallout. But I don't think that's the type of game that gets a lot of views. I'm not the one that does those first-person shooter ones. For the main part, I'm not good with a controller. So I get frustrated. If I don't ding well, if I was out there with the gun in my hand, I'd be doing a lot better. So the controller, I'm like, whoa! So my games are like Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Skyrim, things like that. There we go, thanks for joining in. So we're just cooking up nutrition. We talked about, how nutrition is important. We had some questions about supplements and that, which we covered, about how much protein you should ingest, things like that. Got a nice balanced meal here: pork, potatoes, green peppers, and milk, catching all the nutrition. I also take vitamins on the side and minerals to support everything, but remember, those are supplements. They are to add to a meal. They're not to replace a meal. People think, well, I don't need to eat healthy because I take one a day. No, that's not how it works. You still need to eat healthy. All right? It's good that you're doing the one a day, but you still need to eat healthy. All right. I think that's about ready to serve. Cut off the heat. There we have it. That's looking good. Yeah, stream videos. I mean, I got the connection. I can do that now. I just don't really have the time. I guys got too many things I need to do. I mean, I do like to sit there and play a little Fallout every now and then. I played some yesterday, about a half hour. Because it was raining. So I usually save them for rainy days. Yes, I do. Work a full-time job. Work second shift. So in about 3 hours, I have to head for work. So I kind of feel better because I got up a little earlier. Which I need to do anyway. I get kind of frustrated if I don't get a lot accomplished. All right, let's take a chunk off of here and see how this takes. That is so good. I just can't tell you. I'm going to show my Instagram crowd here. There is pork cooked correctly. That is good stuff. I do heat treatment metal. That too. If you want to hear some lovely story time, reading, then join Miss Worm's channel. She has a lovely, lovely voice and reads really good stories from she writes. So it's really nice. But right. How many Instagram followers I have? I got over 11,000. Don't ask me how that happened. My daughter still can't figure it out. All right, folks, thanks for joining them. Time for me to eat. You don't want to see that. I'll be posting my push-up video later. And more lifting videos throughout the week. So thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, and have fun. Oh, check. Breakfast. I don't know if I'll get smiley face or not. Here we go. I'm going to say anything here. Thank you for joining in, everybody. I do appreciate it. I will have some videos posted on the farm channel of the work I was doing in the garden earlier today. And no, but you caught a lot of them. but I will count on you catching them all. And yes, there was a little hint there. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, the taters are good too.
Mm-hmm.
A little hot, but remember, you got 4 bonus joints. Yep. There's one consistent thing that's going different with each video. One consistent thing that's different with each video. It has nothing to do with clothes. Give me time to think about it, and we'll cover that on our next live stream. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Subscribe, share, super chats, all that good stuff whenever I get it. And have a lovely day. Rest, nutrition, proper exercise, and have fun. All right?